Well, hello there, and welcome to the second episode of the Cottrell Cast.
Woo! It's the Cottrell Cast.
Another round of applause, please. Here we are. We are live-ish, depending where you're watching this, around the world.
Well, we're not
from
live
our
at
front
all,
room.
are we,
We are
really?
live recording it now. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, okay.
Which means that you may well hear noise like you did last week. We had Mum upstairs running a bath. We had Dad in the yard for some reason counting pegs. Today we've got Dad in the kitchen, and this will be really interesting because he hasn't had his tea yet. We've all had ours.
Yeah.
And
steak.
that means that, I do
steak.
smell a bit of meat.
Meat.
At the minute.
Yeah, we know we smell like meat.
And Dad will have to now
nice,
take his tea out through the backyard, walk around into the front door and eat it in that room so that he doesn't disturb recording.
Oh.
Without further ado, anyway, on last week's show we had our good friend Michael, who brought us a pub quiz. He was our resident non-Cottrell.
Every single week we're going to have a different person, which isn't a member of the family, basically. If you are new to this, me and Gareth are brothers. That's why we sound ridiculously the same. It's not Gareth doing a higher voice. And this week we have Johnny. Hi, Johnny.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Johnny's also a friend of ours, but can you guess what job
it is yet?
Johnny does?
Obviously, he's a pastor.
We need that Jeopardy music, don't we?
We do. A real build-up. Can you guess what it is? Oh, no. Are we allowed to say that and do that impression at the minute with the court case pending with the person that I was about to do the impression of?
Sorry.
Well, Johnny is a friend of ours, and he's also a local minister, and he's only 28.
Yeah.
Which makes you probably one of the youngest ministers in the area, certainly.
Yeah,
I'd
probably
say.
in the area, yeah. One of them.
Would you say in the world?
No.
Put it out there.
How?
We will. Johnny is the youngest minister in the whole world.
How young is the youngest minister?
I don't know.
Well, I'm Googling that now, so...
Now, there's a talking point.
It
will be in America, and he'll be something like 8 years old, and it will show him at nursery with a little dog collar on, ministering to all his...
Yeah, well, that isn't a minister, is it? That's just someone dressing up as a minister.
With their parents with a long stick just prodding them in the back going, speak.
By the way, Johnny is a proper minister, and he didn't buy it online.
Yeah.
He is
Unlike
proper,
mine.
Fully fledged. He's been... It's not ordained, is it?
Yeah, ordained minister.
I thought
Baptist Church.
ordained, it was Church of England.
Well, they do have an ordination, but so do the Baptist Church, so do the Methodist Church.
Well, there you go.
I like it how I typed in, how young is the youngest? I put V, and then it said Victoria's Secrets model.
Oh, dear.
Thank you, Google.
Don't want to be searching that.
How young is the youngest vicar? That's what I've put. Here we go. Britain's youngest priest.
How old is he?
How old is she?
Oh, she?
We should
She?
say. It's a she. She was 17. She's now 24, and she's taking on services.
Yep.
So...
Is there any age
There she is.
that you have to be
She's
in
having a
order to
great
be a
time.
minister? You see, she looks awfully like the Vicar of Just as he scrolled down and it
It's
said...
in the news article. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's there. There she is, the Vicar of Dibley, loving life.
Is there any age that you
Well-
have to be in order to...
Well, certainly it'll be different in different denominations, but in the Baptist Church, I think there are rules for this kind of thing, and you can't go into ministerial training until you're 18. I think it is.
Why is that?
I think you need the experience of life. You need all that experience you got by the age of 18.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Course.
Yeah. You've only just been able to drink and probably to drive as well, but you are old enough to.
Certainly to be an ordained minister, kind of through accreditations, through nationally and all that, you have to do certain qualifications. Anyway, So alongside my ordination, I've done a degree. So
What's your degree in?
Theology.
Theology.
Surprise.
Pastor.
Pastor.
Yeah, in pasta.
Pasta and gravy sauce.
Pasta making.
Are you able to make pasta bow ties, though? That's the big question.
That's my favourite type of pasta. It tastes
pasta
really
dog
nice.
collars. That's what I can make.
Yeah, well, that should be a strip of pasta, wouldn't it? Really, it wouldn't be too difficult to make.
A well-travelled man, aren't you, Johnny?
Yeah, quite
You've been
well-travelled.
around the world a bit. Can you explain what the need is for different pasta shapes, please, when it all actually tastes the same?
It does taste the same. Although saying
I don't get it.
Saying that, we had the other day. You bought these What were they? They were like
They were
octopus.
like tentacles.
Yeah, it was like octopus tentacle pasta. It was it tasted different. Like normally,
Is
I
that
can't
what it
really
was sold
tell.
as? Sold as?
Tentacle pasta.
It was
I
really
think it was called
nice.
that. It was like the normal long spaghetti, but it was almost like cross. How do you explain it? It was like
When you put it in water, it all like twisted up.
yeah.
Right.
And like it genuinely looked like tentacles. It was freaky.
My theory is that it tasted different because it was able to attach more of the sauce to it because of the shape.
Yeah, maybe,
Maybe,
perhaps.
yeah. I don't know. Anyway, enough about pasta.
So coming up within the next half an hour, and we're saying half an hour because the last one went on for 48 minutes.
Far too long. You don't want us talking for 48 minutes, so we're going to try and keep it to half an hour.
I like to use the theory of we want quality rather than quantity. And last week it was maybe quantity rather than quality.
Yeah, we just talked, didn't we, really? But I mean, Michael is one for talk, and also he had his jokes, and they sadly did take up quite a lot of time.
Well, all those awkward silences, that was at least 15 minutes in itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming up on the show, I will be doing my usual little fact quiz to you both. Johnny's also prepared something, haven't you?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, he has done. He has, hopefully. We do ask all of our guests to prepare something, but whether they actually do or whether they just wing it on the way here, think of something. I don't know.
will do communion.
Yeah,
live
yeah.
during the podcast.
And I
Bread and
also,
wine.
I also, we're not doing my normal news feature. We're going to be doing it's called Confession. I like to call it because we are in a pastor's, or what's it called, like
Pastors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to ask the internet confessions, basically. So earlier I found an app which is people all over the world post their confessions anonymously, and some of them are ridiculous, and we're going to be reading some of them out.
Is this your typical, my friend
no,
has this problem
no,
when really we all know it's you?
I print screened all the stuff, and I'll do some live ones if you want. We'll get some live ones on the. I don't know. We'll just see where it goes, But I thought. I mean, confession is Catholic, so I mean, it doesn't quite work. But I mean, just forget that for the second.
That will be a good feature. We could put Johnny on the spot and ask him if he's ever had any real confessions, which he's been dying to tell
private
people.
Confessions.
Yeah,
yes,
that's a great.
Now
idea.
that'd get extra downloads.
Yeah,
wouldn't
it
it?
would do. Yeah,
he can say, "Well, once this bloke came into me and he'd been having an affair with next door's dog, and he was after." Forgiveness, but no, I couldn't grant it him, I'm afraid, because that's sick. We haven't yet introduced Alex, who again is manning the sound. Shout hi, Alex.
Hello.
There he is.
Hello.
Alex. He's only young, bless him.
And also, you may notice that we've got two cameras going. We've got the usual one, which is over there.
Well, that's if they are watching us.
Yeah, well, and
If
we've
they're not.
also got the one above us, which seems to be focusing on my bald spot.
It seems to be falling
On my
down
head.
slowly as well.
It's drooping a bit, isn't it?
We did have the issue of it drooping quite
It's
a
nice.
lot.
The natural zoom into Fraser. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. It's zooming into the greatest member of the podcast. So it's choosing me today.
Today. So
yeah.
last week it was me, is that
Well, no, we didn't have it
fair to say?
last week, did we?
Fair enough.
never know.
We'll also be talking as well about Hitler dancing, because just before we came on air, this sounds really random, but a video's going viral at the minute of Adolf Hitler dancing.
As you do. He was a great guy, did a lot of dancing,
Now-
mostly ballet.
The thing about Hitler is, you've only ever seen serious footage of him.
I wonder why.
You've only ever seen him
Weird, isn't
angry, waving his arms in the air. But to see Hitler in a completely different format, it was strange. It was like when the BBC ages ago, they put World War I and II in colour.
Yeah.
And seeing it in colour brought it home a bit more, because if you see something that's in black and white, you can't really relate to it. But seeing it in colour shed a different light on it. And it's a bit like this with Hitler dancing.
How can they put something in colour that was black and white? Did they just
Amazing.
have like
You
a
should
little,
know that.
Did they have a little work experience?
Colours inners.
Yeah,
not.
yeah. Did they have like a work experience, just like sketching on a little with some crayons, and then they eat them by accident? I used to eat crayons when I was in primary school. I ate a crayon.
Explains
once.
a lot, that phrase,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
I ate a crayon once, and I went to the teacher. I was like, "Oh, look!" And my whole mouth was blue, and she was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I just ate a crayon." She was really worried about me. I felt really bad after I'd just basically eaten like a whole packet of crayons. They tasted really good, but now they actually make them so that kids can eat them because they know that kids eat crayons.
Yeah.
It's the same with Play-Doh as well. That's why it's dead salty, because they know that kids are going to put it in their mouth.
What we need as well is a title for this episode. Last week's had one, which was... it was called...
Vegetables and something, because of your incredible thingy.
Did you know, Johnny, that
themed
leafy greens need to be chilled?
Is that right?
Yeah,
That's true.
sure. You didn't listen to the last podcast, doesn't it? Really, I mean,
I think Johnny may well need some advice on leafy greens and stuff because
he really doesn't.
I gave out a full list all about which veg should be kept at room temperature and which one should be chilled. And leafy greens should be chilled. He didn't mention about eggs though. A bit of a curveball that, because many people put eggs like we do in the fridge and other people leave them in a cupboard in the kitchen. Eggs, chilled or room temperature?
It's strange. For some reason we put them in the fridge, but we don't. We
do
don't buy them like that in the supermarket.
Although I was thinking about it, it's the same with bread, because a lot of people say put your bread in your fridge to keep it cool so that it lasts longer. Whereas
it makes it stale. I always find.
That's what I found now. So we started leaving it out. But what I found now is that the butter is too cold. So when you go to butter the bread, just rips straight through.
The other thing that really annoys me: people that put ketchup in the fridge.
Why would you put ketchup in the fridge?
Yeah, it's got too many preservatives. I can't even speak.
Preservatives. Yeah, it's got too many of them.
What you do then is the bacon's warm, the toast is warm, and you put cold on it, bite into it, and it hurts your teeth.
Oh, that's weird.
It's a shocker.
It's like a tomatoey lollipop.
And you should never ever put either. Did you know this? You should never put baked beans left in the can in the fridge because some sort of chemical reaction goes on the beans and it can cause you harm.
From the can.
Why are we talking about this again?
I've got one to throw in there.
Okay, go on.
Here we go.
Okay.
Might as well. Go on.
Apparently, I saw this yesterday. If you want your white wine chilling, because you should serve white wine chilled.
Yeah.
You don't want to put ice in it because you can water it down. You should put frozen grapes.
Oh.
Good tip.
Frozen
grapes.
Do
you want one as well? If you want to keep the bubble in bubbly, when you put it in the fridge, put a spoon in it.
Yeah, why does that work?
I don't know, but it works. So if you maybe you're dining alone and you haven't managed to finish the whole bottle of bubbly, put a spoon in it. I often do. Put a spoon in it. And another one as well, the life hacks thing you were talking about. You know the little paper clip things.
Mm-hmm.
If you put one of them on the side of your desk, you can curl up your headphone cables on it, or you can put two together and use it to dangle your headphones on when you're at your computer. There you go.
Another thing I saw as well, which I've never felt the need for, somebody was selling online a bin for a car, which is, it clips on the back of the seat. So on the back seat, you have this proper bin which opens up and you put all your litter in it.
You definitely need one of them, Gareth.
No, I don't. I just say, chuck it in the footwell. I'll clean it away later. Why do you need a bin for it?
Because people never do clean it away. They say that, but then it's there, and then you find a Whispers packet there.
Another thing, right?
That you ate about a month ago.
Our car, travelling to Wales last week, more about that later, it was crammed. There was 5 grown men in it. Can you imagine? It was crammed as it was. A stupid bin in between your legs.
Wow, that would be really annoying. That would be. Okay, let's move on to the first feature. Play my news jingle. We'll just use that for now, but this is my online confessions. I'm going to call it Whisper. Because you whisper confessions.
I like it.
Nice. Currently, I have no cable, so I paid my neighbour's kid for their Wi-Fi password.
That's funny.
I tell people that I hate the selfie song, but I actually think it's rather catchy. I agree with that one.
That's pointless.
I read my boyfriend bedtime stories. That's a little bit weird, I
think every couple has those sort of things that they do behind closed doors. I don't mean that to sound rude. I mean that you'll have pet names and you'll have things that you call each other.
I'm not one
you
for
haven't.
pet names.
No,
he's there going.
They really annoy me as well. They really
on your own
me.
there, Gareth.
I have one here. Now, I can't decide whether this is cruel or funny. My grandma has dementia and always asks me how I know her. I make up a different story every time.
Yeah.
That's quite exciting, though, that, isn't it, for her?
Yeah.
It's like
I think.
a new person every single time they meet.
Yeah. Now, here's another. I bullied a nerd in my class 8 years ago. Now I work for him. That's just awkward,
You've
isn't
got
it?
to be careful.
You have to be careful with
That's
who you bully.
payback.
I was
It is
always
payback.
told, right, in radio industry or the media in general, you should always treat everybody with the same respect, because 9 times out of 10, your T-boy or your work placement will one day be your boss.
Now, here's another one. Now, this one I think applies to me and you, Gareth. When I was little, my brother broke his arm. My parents still think it's because he fell down the stairs, but really it was because we used to play fight.
I've got a little confession like that, which maybe I should mention now.
Yeah,
now
go on,
you're
go for it.
at an age
Yeah.
which is acceptable. I was watching a TV program.
Oh no!
And this lad did this prank on his mate where he fell asleep in his front room, and if you put a person's hand when they're asleep
I've
in
heard
cold
about
water,
that.
it makes them weak.
No, it's warm water. If you did it with
Well,
cold water,
on you, cold
okay.
worked.
All right then.
And
okay.
you were probably about 17 at the time. No,
Yeah.
you were probably about, and I'm trying to think, you were maybe about 9 or 10. And I went upstairs, tried it on you, and funnily enough, you wet the bed, Fraser.
Oh, great. Well, thanks for that.
A
And
revelation.
also, I once broke my rib because Gareth pushed me down the stairs in a fruit box. You know the fruit cardboard boxes. We thought this'll work. We'll sledge down the stairs. Broke my rib.
Oh,
Because the edge got caught on the edge of of the thing. Obviously, if it had been a curved front,
maybe
it
it'd
would have been
work.
fine.
Yeah.
Whereas I just pushed him down, and he caught the first step. That emptied him out, and he rolled all the way down.
And here's another one. This is what I do if I was a teacher. I'm an accounting professor, and I make my best students do my taxes, but I make them think it's homework. That's what I do. If I was like a maths teacher, I'd be like, there you go. Yes, homework. Do that. Whenever I get worried about my job, I hack into my boss's emails and see if they're talking about me. #I'm safe.
Oh, you have to be really careful
That's
doing
amazing.
that.
Anyway, that's it. Confession's over.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Sorted.
Are they forgiven, Johnny?
Are they forgiven?
Yeah.
Not by me, no.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not very fair.
Can we talk more about Adolf dancing?
Yeah, go for it.
Right. Am I allowed to play this, or could this
Get us in trouble. I don't know.
risk us being in trouble? Because legally, I think I can play up to 12 seconds of it without
go
us
for it.
ending up in court. But what this is, and what really makes this, is the music. And we've been playing this a lot. And we did want this as our opener every single week. So this will be the music that we'd open up to. But there's something really catchy about this. And I've looked into it, and it was a big, big hit in the country it came from. What country? I've no idea. But I'm going to hold this up to the camera, and you can have a look at this online. It's just called Hitler Dancing.
It's only
and
told
you'll
it to the
see
camera. I'll just play it.
Okay.
There you go.
And I'll put this in my microphone. It gets a lot better.
There he is. Hitler's going for it. Well, this is entertaining for anyone that isn't watching.
There we go. Hitler Dancing. If you would like to have a look at this.
That was it. Great stuff.
He's
the
really
whole
enjoying
video.
it there.
Yeah.
I mean, all the guilt of killing
It's-
millions of people, it doesn't seem to have any effect on
It's
him at
much
all.
like
He
it's
loves a
much
good
like
dance.
that is basically the exact same as that stormtrooper just humping the air for ages.
That's not funny, you see. That,
No, it's not
that
neither
is
is that.
just-
That isn't funny. That's just weird. It's creepy
It isn't
seeing
funny.
Hitler doing a little jig.
That's just creepy, but also
Yeah.
a little bit interesting as well.
Okay, Johnny, do you have anything for us? Have you brought anything?
Please, for goodness sake,
Yeah,
Johnny, have
please.
something to say.
Spicy.
I
Yeah.
had
So-
kind of following on from your blue Skittles, blue Smarties
Oh
last week.
yeah.
I got a little
yeah.
factoid here. It says blueberry jelly babies were created especially for Ronald Reagan, president.
No way.
Blueberry jelly babies.
Are they the black ones?
I don't know. They might
I
be
think they
American
are. I
thing.
think they are the black ones.
Did you know that
They must be black. Blueberries.
jelly
Yeah.
babies
Black, don't they? Yeah.
were called originally, was it Peace Babies?
I don't know.
And
you
it
know-
was, there you go.
Do you know why
Have a look for that.
wine gums are called wine gums? Because they were made for alcoholics, and that's why they have different alcoholic beverages on them, like rum and
They
whiskey
were
and
made
stuff.
for
because-
alcoholics.
Yeah, so that they could break the habit of drinking. Instead of drinking, have a wine gum.
Have a wine gum. Why not?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they were originally made for. Obviously, it didn't work. But I mean, if we tried to give Michael from last week some wine gums instead of a pint, probably turn him down. Gonna be honest, but yeah, apparently that's why. That's why they all have different alcohol
Almost a
beverages
sort
on
of
them.
ease down then from alcohol to wine gums.
Yeah, Yeah, that's why they were called wine gums.
I thought it was so that you could give it to people to stop them complaining, stop them whining.
That's clever. That
I like it.
it would
I
be a
like
better
it.
idea. I like wine.
They're a bit
gums.
chewy, you
Yeah,
kind of
I
get stuck
like
in your
wine
mouth.
gums.
That's what I give out to all my congregations when I go to speak.
Yeah,
I'm
there you go.
speaking now. Here's a
Have
wine
them.
gum.
Yeah. Have you got anything else, or just one fact?
Well, I had another one, yeah.
You had two. He's brought two
I've
facts.
had all of 2 facts and I've lost the other one.
Oh.
It's all right.
There we go. Hitler dancing. It's all right. It's
filler.
fine. Sorted.
A great filler.
You got it?
No.
No, it's all right. Gareth, do you want to do your facts on the subject?
We could do
of
my facts. Now, these are proper... Oh, Alex has just thumbed us up, which I think means that we've got some actual sound effects for this.
Oh, yeah, we have. Yeah. Go
Have
on,
we?
play. Go.
Same as last week, then.
Away your friends, lull your granny into a deep sleep, then why not try our thought-provoking facts of the week?
Ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum.
Now, those watching on the camera above us will be able to see the answers, but oh well. So, this is where Fraser and our non-Cottrell, which this week is Johnny Hurst, go head-to-head. All you have to do is to finish off the facts. The first one here, Nelson Mandela was not removed from the US terror watch list until what year?
2004.
Johnny, what would you say?
2002.
2008.
Oh, I knew it was something like that.
What percentage of the world's population has never, ever seen snow?
Oh,
What percentage?
what, of England?
No.
The world?
What percentage of the world's
Oh,
population
sorry.
has never seen snow?
Think
Think about all the deserts, the real hot countries
I
which
reckon
never
about
have snow.
60%.
I don't know. Aren't most of the population like in China, Asia? There's snow there? Is there snow?
I don't know, actually. I think it does snow in China. I don't know. I reckon 60.
I haven't ever left here, so I wouldn't
No,
know.
I reckon it's lower. I reckon 50.
It's 80%.
Oh,
80% of the world's population has never seen snow. The next one, King George III had what colour wee?
Purple?
He was ill, and for over 10 years he had what colour wee?
Red,
Blue.
I'd say. Red.
You going for red?
Yeah.
Johnny?
Blue.
Blue is the correct
No
answer.
way. Why?
I don't know.
That was a mad
Oh.
King George, wasn't it?
But a person who could know is Johnny's wife because she's a doctor. So
Yeah.
ask her about that and feed back to us next
Too
week,
many
please.
blueberry jelly babies. That's what it was.
That's
Maybe
what it
that is the
That's what it
case.
is.
The most times a person has been stung by bees without dying is how
Oh.
many times?
100.
No, 6,000.
Whoa, okay.
It is 2,443 times. The
Wow.
next one, how many golf courses are there in the world?
Oh, there's got to be loads, isn't there? About 10,000.
That's a lot.
That
What
is
would
a
you
lot,
say,
but
Johnny?
I imagine there is quite a lot.
5,000.
You're both really far out. There are 35,112
Whoa.
golf courses in the world, and for extra points, which country has half of them?
America.
Scotland. No.
Scotland?
Spain.
It's America, Fraser.
Yeah, I
Well
thought
done.
so.
Would be, yeah.
2/3 of the world's caviar is eaten on board which famous ship?
Titanic.
QE2.
Is the right answer. It's the QE2.
Whatever happened to the Titanic, eh? Never heard anything
I-
of it. It just,
No,
it
I
just
haven't heard
went.
of it either.
Wonder where it is.
The next one. What office item was once known as a literary piano?
A literary piano. A typewriter. Typewriter. It's got to be.
Keyboard.
It's a typewriter, Johnny. Another point. He's doing well. And the final one, 35 years after leaving school, what percentage of your classmates can you actually remember?
How many years?
35 years.
35 years.
About 5%.
15%.
90%.
90%? I can't remember anyone that I went to school
35
with.
years after leaving school, there's
What?
90% of classmates you remember.
How many people from your school can you remember? Primary school. That's the furthest away.
Well,
Primary
you know what? I
school.
could probably remember more from primary school than secondary
I was just
school.
about to say that.
Yeah.
And obviously now, as they get older and names change, I see girls' faces and I sort of recognise them, but problem is I know them with a different surname, which just completely confuses me.
I can't remember really any. I mean, I can remember them, but I think now if I saw them, I don't think I'd recognise them. I mean, and it's weird because some follow me on Twitter and they're like, "Oh,
Do you
hi,
remember me?
I went to primary school with you." I'm like, "What? Did you? What primary school did you go to? Oh, you did. Oh, you sat next to me."
The worst
Not a
thing is as
clue.
well now is there was teachers who used to pick on you, and even people at school, and now it's all changed because you're an adult and they can't pick on you. Now it's all nicey. But I remember them bog washing me.
Yeah.
They can't do. Well, actually, if they're hearing this now, that isn't an actual invite to try it. But I'm just saying that
the weirdest thing
it
is
would
I
be more
make
difficult
YouTube videos if you don't know that, and I've on my statistics thing, basically my audience is like 14 to 15-year-olds, basically, which is, I mean,
a year age. there.
Yeah.
14 to 15
it's
year
like
olds.
14 to like 18, I guess, kind of, and mostly girls, obviously, because I'm incredibly good looking. But
If you're blind.
it's weird because I get people tweeting me from like high school and stuff. Go, "Oh, my sister watches your videos." It's really weird. I feel like I might close down my channel because I don't really want people's sisters watching me. I feel a little bit weird. It
Never
is weird.
forget in Manchester last year when we were queuing up in McDonald's or Burger King, and this girl walked over to us, and I thought she was watching me because obviously I'm on the radio and I'm slightly known in the Tameside area, very slightly known.
Yeah.
And then she ignores me, goes over to him and says, "Oh, are you Sour Fraser?
Yeah,
I watch all
I
your
get it.
videos. Can I have an autograph?"
Yeah,
And I was like,
I was once in
right.
KFC in Manchester. This guy stood behind me in the queue, tapped me on the shoulder, and went, "All right, mate." I went, "Hi," and he went, "Are you Sal Fraser off the internet?" I went, "Yeah." And then he went, "Oh, what are you having?" I was thinking, I'm going to get a free meal out of this. I went, "I'm just getting the I don't know what it was." And then he went, "Oh, great." And I was just like, "Well, you can't do that. You can't ask me what I'm having and then not bite me. That's not fair." But it's weird. It is really weird getting recognised because you don't really know what to do. I've had people, I was on the train once and a group of girls came up to me and like, "Hi, you Fraser off the internet." And then they had a photo with me on the train. And I was just like, what do I do? And everyone was looking at me like I'm famous, going, "Where do we know him from? Where do we know him from?" You don't know me.
I think
that's
it
the
rests
thing.
on what you're famous for.
Yeah.
Like, if you are a famous artist such as Lowry, I've often heard that he would meet people and they'd recognise him and he would draw them a little sketch on some cigarette paper and give it to them. And then it's like, wow, an artist has just produced me something that he's famous for. That's great.
Yeah.
But if you're in radio or filming, you can't do anything there and then to actually impress them. I have people say, "Oh, hi, Gareth. I listened to your show." And then I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And then it just stops.
Yeah,
and I'm
you don't
thinking,
really know what to
if
do.
only I could juggle. If only I could do
Yeah,
something
just-
that's really impressive. And they'd go, "Well, that is why you're doing that job."
I am glad I've met you because...
But me, I'm always approached, well, not always, now and again, I'm caught off guard. I don't know what to do. So I end up this bumbly mess going,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Can't you do
yeah,
some kind of
hi."
radio jingle for them?
Yeah. It's Gareth Cottrell.
You see, even you could at least offer them prayer.
Yeah,
You
you could. Go,
could
do you want me to pray for
At
you?
least say, "How are you?" And then counsel them a bit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I can't do anything.
Yeah.
You can't.
Well, no,
It's
I mean,
like, oh, well, yeah,
Normally they have what, Alex?
Tell them where the traffic is.
Yes. Give them a
That's
traffic
what you
update.
that's what I could do.
Yeah, or a
they
weather
could say,
update.
"Gareth, I listened to the show this morning. I'm off home. Could you help me out?" And I could bring
Yeah.
out a pre-prepared travel report,
you'd have
and
to-
I could go, "Well, which direction are you going
You have to print one out every day and every hour
it's
just to be on
just
top of it.
Got
just
to be
in
prepared.
case. Yeah,
and I
yeah.
could say, "Well, if you're heading in that direction, it's busy on the M6, busy but moving. However, Lord Sheldon Way, you'll be pleased to know,
Yeah.
is clear."
There we go. There's
and
a
they'll go, "Well, there we go, Gareth. That is why you're in this job."
there's a video on YouTube of these teenagers, and they decide basically that they're going to get a load of their mates with big SLR cameras and skinny jeans and jumpers and stuff to follow them while they wear sunglasses and get out of this posh car. And they're taking photos, and people just come up to them and are like, "Oh, can we have an autograph?" Not a clue who they are. In fact, they are no one famous. But people, just because that's happening around, they think that these guys must be famous. Let's get a thing. I mean, I'm surprised that on that train journey, when those girls asked for a picture, people didn't ask me for one because they don't know who I am. But just on the off chance I am, and they're like flicking
around
through
the whole train, and then they're all cheering. You're like, yeah,
he's gone off! Hooray! Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no one actually knows who I am. Yeah, it is weird.
The sure test if you're famous is how other people introduce you. Such as if I'm ever introduced as Gareth off the radio, I know that people haven't got a clue who I am. And if it's someone like, who would say, "Oh, it's Prince Charles from the royal family"? Everybody knows who he is because he's famous. It's like, "Oh, David Beckham." No one goes, "David Beckham, once at Man United and then did this. He plays football." That is the sure test.
I once got introduced to someone by, "Hi, this is Fraser. He's off the internet and he has stupid hair." That was my introduction, and I'm wearing my hair different today, just so that people don't do that. It's flat today.
I prefer
couldn't be bothered.
Tintin look.
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered this morning. Woke up, hair's too long, so I just wear. And that's it. It's been half an hour. It's nearly been 31 minutes actually.
That's flown by.
It has flown by.
Should we just continue, or
I don't know.
We haven't really done much, have we?
Yeah, no,
we've just waffled on a bit. We could, of course, do an official interview with Johnny just to wrap things up.
All right, Johnny?
Yeah, I'm
all
right.
What a great opening question that is. Parkinson must be watching this thinking,
stressing out.
Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, you all right?
What an opening line.
Yeah.
You all right, yeah?
Yeah.
Everything all right in the church, is it?
Yeah.
Is it well?
Church is well, yeah.
Do you ever find it
very high
difficult, right? Somebody tells you something in confidence and you can't break that. Are you ever tempted to just in the pub or just with your mates think, "Do you know what I heard the other day? This was amazing."
No, I'm more professional than that. I have to be.
Yeah.
Come on.
When you're a kid, because when I was a kid, I wanted to be a policeman or a stuntman. Couldn't do either of them. Too scared. But what?
It's a bit of a problem. That, isn't it? Fear.
Yeah.
Fear of heights.
Did you want to be a pastor when you were a kid?
Not really. I remember I wanted to be a scientist at one point, and my teacher he came round and you were drawing what you wanted to be. And kind of laughed at me and said, "You'll never be one of those." And
wow, that's not very nice, is it?
And then do you know what? In secondary school, I wanted to be a teacher. You look up to these peers and these role models who are here. And I answered a question badly and said, "Oh, you'll never be a teacher." And that just knocked my confidence completely.
Yeah.
Even though I went on to 2 teaching degrees.
Two?
I dropped out of both. And,
maybe that's why you weren't a teacher then.
Yeah.
No, I was I had to do a full class once in a film. I had to run a class and I had to tell a lot of first year students about like how a camera works. So I just fell to pieces.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. It's a really hard job. Even though they do have half the year off, it is a hard job.
That's why I need it. It's a hard job.
Yeah, it is. No, but
I love admiration for teachers.
I can talk in public. I can do all that, but I can't explain stuff. I get really confused, and I'm like, I don't know what to say. I couldn't be a teacher. No way.
So, in regards to counselling people, I'm always intrigued as well. Are you ever caught off guard and have to say, actually, I can't offer advice on that because I don't know myself? Because obviously, you're 28.
Yeah.
And there'll be certain things which you haven't experienced in your life yet.
Yes. Yeah.
So how can you offer advice to the people who want it when they approach you?
It's a good question. And you have to be honest in this job. You have to say, the last thing I want to be is a fraud and just say, give anybody just an answer. So you just be honest. Say, I don't know, but I'll explore it with you. I'll work it through with you, or tell me your experiences. I might be maybe off to help be able to offer some advice or some help, or I know someone who does. And, just be honest. It's about sharing that journey together with other people as well.
Yeah.
And how were you aware that this was your? It isn't really career, is it? It's more of a complete lifestyle, really. It isn't just 9 to 5. It's like, this is who I am, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, maybe vocation might be a good word, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the word I was after,
vocation.
but...
I always think that sounds a bit too much like vacation.
Vocation.
Well, it's very close, you know. It's,
yeah. It's like one's working, one is the complete, the complete separation. We need to thank our sponsors, Coffee Underline again. I've done it. I've got you back, Gareth. I'm your safety net.
You've pulled it back in. Who? They've got a coffee of the week going on this week, which Brian said he sent you.
Oh no, I deleted it. I didn't realise that was the. Oh no! Hold on,
I'll
get it back. I'll get it back, Phil.
The owner of our sponsor, who actually invests their time in this product, Fraser saw a message and decided to delete it straight away.
I didn't know what it was about.
He sent you a thing all about their big coffee of the week, and he says, "Can you please mention this, please, Gareth, because it would help me out. In other words, it would pay our bills." And you've just seen it and you've erased it. Coffee Underline, we haven't taken you there yet.
No, I
we
really
will
want to
do
go.
Soon.
Big coffee fan.
Yes, Johnny is a big proper coffee fan. He has none of this instant rubbish. He has in his own house one of those proper coffee makers where it foams up all the milk, it crushes the beans and stuff. So Coffee Underline in Ashton Underline is the place that you should be going for your coffee needs, ladies and gentlemen.
Still can't find it.
You can find them on Facebook and you can find them on Twitter. And also, Fraser did this corporate video for him, which has had 300 and odd views now.
Yeah, pretty mental. I presented it as well. So if you want to see my terrible television presenting skills, then saying that, I might be on TV soon. So I better not say that. Yeah, I better not say that.
That'd be a laugh.
That would be a laugh.
You on
imagine
TV?
That? And I was checking before. I'll tell you more about this when I actually know what's happening. But... it's going to be on Channel 8 on your Freeview boxes. And I was looking...
National, is that?
No, it's just... It's regional at the moment,
right.
But there'll be networking, I think. But it'll be on Channel 8 and there's no Channel 8, so it's definitely a thing. And it's going to be... Because I'll be after BBC 3. You'll just be there scrolling and see
Channel,
some...
I thought it was BBC One HD.
No, it's not. No, that's 101 BBC HD, isn't it? Yeah.
Is it?
So, there we go.
Isn't it weird that people who work in TV, presenters, normally wish to do radio, and radio presenters who work in radio want to do TV?
Yeah.
I'd love a crack at that. In fact, right?
No, you can't.
When you're in there, I could be your little broom cupboard assistant.
No.
I could be like a human Ed the Duck for you.
Maybe.
I could help you with your teas, your coffees and stuff. I could welcome guests.
I found it, but it won't download. It says that it can't be downloaded from the server, which isn't very fair, is it? I just don't think they want us to read it out, really. Here we go. Maybe I've got... No, I haven't got it.
Well, all we need to say is thank you
got it.
to Brian and the team at Coffee Underline.
Well, we have the whole month to read it out. It's a coffee of the month, so don't worry.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought it
it's
was
not
coffee of the week.
No, it's the month. Wait, I might be able to get it. I'm getting so many emails.
Maybe I could pretend that I've sampled it and
Oh,
give you
yeah,
a little
that's great.
rundown of it.
I was hoping tonight that I would get a steaming hot cup of coffee of the month.
Yeah,
We
what
should
we'll
do that.
We'll do that next week. Yeah, we will do that because but I mean, I hate coffee. I'm being honest here. I do work there now and again, but I hate the stuff. It's dreadful.
I love coffee.
It gives me an awful. The coffee of the month is Hurrah Coffee. It's called
Hurrah!
Yeah,
That's a bit Partridge-esque,
how
isn't
did I
it?
know that was going to cut? There's a lot of writing there.
Yeah,
there is a
I'll
lot
have
of
a quick
writing.
gander at it.
Can't deal with all the writing.
Coffee of the month, Ethiopian Hurrah. This month's spotlight is on the Ethiopia country where they produce a nice coffee.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
there you go.
that's
Pop
brilliant.
down to Coffee Underline, National Underline if you want yourself a great cup of coffee. That's it. I think we should go.
We
have
should
been
probably
rambling.
go. Don't forget, if you do like this, then share it with your friends on YouTube and also iTunes. We've finally got that up and running, haven't we now?
Yeah. Thanks to everyone that has subscribed so far and everyone that watched the last episode. If you haven't watched it already, and if you're listening to us on iTunes, make sure you hit subscribe because all the previous ones will download if you choose that.
If you've got any questions, anything you would like us to talk about as well, you can contact us on our Twitter or our Facebook. If you search out me, Gareth Cottrell, and click like on the page, that'll work.
At Sour Fraser is my Twitter handle.
No one cares about yours.
Yeah, everyone cares about
And
me.
Weekend Wireless is my Twitter, or maybe you have some sort of pastoral issue,
Yeah.
which you would like to go through Johnny with.
Let's do a confession section on my.
We
on
should
my,
do
yeah,
that,
should
shouldn't we?
that'd be really good.
A proper
Agony
confessions. That'd be
Agony
fun.
Uncle. Same thing, in it really. Just a
agony pasta.
agony pasta. Yeah, let's do that. It sounds like some awful pasta gravy sauce. Agony
Or-
pasta. But
If the feature got a bit saucy with confessions, it could be a pasta and saucy.
anyway,
think on that
I
note,
think we need to go.
Maybe we should be going. So thank you to our guest, Johnny Hurst.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Johnny.
And thank you to you, Fraser.
It's
That was
all
one
right.
heck of a performance.
Thank you.
One heck of a
What can?
performance.
All right, calm down.
Honestly, in
All right.
fact, that is the best bit of podcasting I've witnessed in the past hour.
All right, well,
Easily.
I'll give you that tenner later.
And
okay?
thank you to Alex for making us sound
Thanks,
good,
Alex.
which must have been a big job this week. We'll see you again next week. Bye.
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 On then.
Bye.
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 Bye.